we move on. Let's talk about some firings. As we are, we'll save the JD thing for last. But let's talk about some firings. So WWE have released a couple of. Now, if I'm being honest, there weren't too many big people fired. Like, this didn't hit the main roster. This basically hit the NXT and the Evolve level talent. But they have released some people, and we'll go from the bottom to the top here. You can stop me if you know any of these names. Now, I did give where they were from, so there's that. So this is the latest announcements here. So we start off with Jamar Hampton. He was a part of Evolve. We have Braden BJ Ray. He was a part of LFG, which is the Tough Enough esque series thing. We
Oh,
have Summer Sorrell, who was also a part of Evolve. Now, Evolve is the developmental that's on Tubi, not NXT, but the developmental for NXT that is airing on Tubi. Draco Knox, who was also a part of Evolve. I don't know why I got his thing there twice, but he's a part of Evolve. This lady, she did get a little bit of heat. Her name is Jen Tala. She's part of Evolve. She has a good look to her. People were a little bit flabbergasted, if you will, on how she got released. People put the fact that she has dollar signs written all over her. If you take a look at her, she looks like Rhea
mm.
Ripley, but Asian. But she got released. We have Stevie Turner, who was the general manager of Evolve. So she was the on screen GM. We have one of the bigger names, Lance Anoa'i. That last name should sound familiar because that is Roman Reigns' last name. And Lance Anoa'i is Roman Reigns' brother. I didn't even realize he was with the WWE, but apparently he was, and he didn't cut it. So he's out. And then maybe the biggest name here is going to be Wes Lee. Now, Wes Lee, he was part of NXT 2.0. He did become North American champion at one point. This was after his tag team partner, who he came in with, part of the Rascals, got accused of a Me Too situation and got fired. Turns out that that was false, but he never got brought back to the company, but that's another story. But after that, Wesley had to go solo, and he made a little go of it. He won the North American Championship. I think he had a pretty good run with it, but here we are. He is fired. Now he's probably going to go back to TNA and back to his little Rascals group, so he will still be a part of WWE essentially, or maybe they go to AEW. But that's one of the bigger names that were released. And I will say for all of these people, they're part of LFG and Evolve. I would say probably most of them are under 25, definitely under 30. So, this really doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things.
Hell, Andrade got released twice.
Yeah, and there's just so many people who've been released. You go, you make a name for yourself, and then WWE will bring you back. It's no big deal. So if you want this wrestling thing, then yes, it's definitely still out there for you. As a matter of fact, it might help you. Oh, I was a part of WWE Evolve. So yeah, those are the people who got released. But then, and this is where it becomes like, whoa, brother. Because there was another name that was thrown in there. And this kind of started it all. So there's other WWE ID affiliates that got released. But the biggest one was the woman who was the first ever WWE ID Women's Champion. She goes by the name of Kylie Ray. Now, you may have recognized that name as she has been in the WWE once before. She's been in AEW as well. She got invited to Chris Jericho's hotel. She turned it down, and then that was the end of the story. But, that makes Jericho the Antichrist. So she was a part of the WWE ID program, and she announced that she is no longer a part of the program. Now, this was already news because she announced it a couple weeks ago, but we'll read the statement, and this is where it takes a weird turn. Today, I share that my time in WWE ID is coming to an end, as I was informed my contract will not be renewed. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity, memories, and people I met along the way. Thank you to everyone who supported me during this chapter. It truly means the world. As for the next chapter, I'm so ready to meet you. Once I pop this baby out, of course. Uh oh. So if you're tracking here, that means the WWE released someone who was pregnant, which she was in a corporate job that would be illegal, but she's not. Everybody would say she's an independent contractor, so there you go. But they did release her, and the information is out that she's pregnant. So are they directly correlated? Maybe, maybe not.
You can't be knocked up and be a part of the show.
Yeah. The news actually came out because a few weeks ago she relinquished the ID title, and someone asked, "Hey, why are you relinquishing the title?" And then she posted, "Oh, well, I'm pregnant." So this is actually something from a couple weeks ago that we found out. But yeah, she learned she will no longer be part of the WWE ID program. Now, I actually don't think it's as big a deal as it seems that they fired a pregnant chick, because it was just the WWE ID program, which, to my understanding, is just means that you get like the WWE label as you work the indies. So it's not really that big of a deal, but it just seems like a big deal because she was pregnant and they said, "Yeah, we're not going to sponsor you anymore." Like, I don't know how it doesn't seem bad, like just the way you say it. Anyway, I just don't see it that big of a deal. It just seems bad because, yeah, she was pregnant, but it's the ID program, so ultimately it just meant you were sponsored by WWE. You go have the baby and then you come back. You work the indies as you were. Nothing really changes outside of you just didn't have the sponsor that you have. But I'm sure people will make it a big deal because she was pregnant.
I won't.
Oh, that's good.